How do you plan to get organized for 2018? Hey guys, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom, back today to share with you my planner review for 2018. So if you guys have been following me for any length of time, you know how I feel about Carrie Elle and all of her, any kind of planner products that she puts out. She has so many various different things, and last year I only used the meal planner, but it was one of the most essential tools I think I've ever discovered in all of my life. It really helped me budget in the kitchen, and it always helped me with grocery shopping and staying on task and knowing what was for dinner. So this year I decided to take it one step further, and this year I also got the Intentional Day Planner. So I have a review of both of those books here to show you, and there's always a link in the description box for a percentage off if you enter 50 Shades of Mom at checkout for you if you'd like to purchase these for yourself. But for now, let's get into my planners for 2018. Okay guys, so here are the two Carrie Elle meal planners that I will be using for 2018. I absolutely love the exterior cover design. She changes up her covers every year, and I really thought long and hard about what I wanted my covers to be. You can tell that she ties them in the meal planner with her other planners, so this being the day planner, and you can tell that the covers go together but they're not identical, which I love that. This way they're more of like a cohesive set that I'm going to use. And being that my countertop is black and I have this little display thing that I use to set my planner in, it really, like I said, took me a while to pick and choose what I wanted my planner to look like when it was sitting there. But I really love this cover. I think it really pops in my kitchen, and it allows me when I walk past as a reminder for what do I have to take out for dinner, what is on the meal plan for the upcoming week. So I really do love this cover. But being that I've done a review on the meal planner, I will go over this because it's a little different than the older ones, but I want my focus right now to be on the day planner. It's the first time I'm ever using an Intentional Life day planner, but I'm really excited about it because of how she structures it. Now, I've seen other people on YouTube do reviews on like the Happy Planner and all the ones that they use, and I really think they're all great. Everyone has a really good element to them. I just happen to be a really good lover of Carrie Elle, and so it was exciting for me to use this one. Now, she does a mini version, which next year, if there's a mini version to the meal planner cover that I choose, I may get the mini version if it's something I want to take with me, because this book is like really heavily bound and it's even bigger than the meal planner. So it certainly isn't a planner I could take with me on the go. So next year I may get the mini version. Depends on how much I enjoy this version, because this version I've been leaving by my bedside every night, and besides using it like a planner to plan, I've also been using it, which I'll show you, as somewhat of a diary and being able to jot down what we've done every day, which I'm looking forward to being able to look back on that and being able to see how our days were structured. So every one of her meal planners are laminated, and on the inside cover she always gives you an opportunity for you to write your name. And then she did this really beautiful inside cover that just said she believes she could, so she did. And I feel like that's very inspirational to me, and that's what I love again about her. I feel like she's super colorful and inspirational. She does make every beginning of each tab this lined sheet of paper, which I kind of like that too, because I feel like if you want to decorate or put a quote here or make notes on each tab, you can do that here on the lined paper. So this one is the very first tab, and it's just labeled important. And on here she has your year at a glance, and then important dates to remember blocked out for each month. So if you want to list your birthdays here, something that you know is set in stone, a wedding, some kind of party or something that you're going to throw or that you know that you're going to, you can place your important dates to remember here. And then here's some more of that, oops, And now here she has important contact information. So you actually could either use this as an address book, or if there are important contacts for whatever you're using this for. Like I'm going to use some of this for YouTube. So if I want to put like important contacts that I've made to do things as far as YouTube is concerned, you can place any of them here. I don't know if it's enough for me to use as an address book because there's only 2 pages of this contact information, but I think it's more or less for you to put important contacts, not necessarily used as an address book. So the end of that chapter is lined paper, as well as the next tab is that lined paper, and the next tab is goals, which when I first started filling this out, I should have thumbed through all the pages to see that there are multiple pages like this. So up here it says dream and goal trackers, and she has a spot for you to list your goal, your action items, your notes on that, if it's due specifically, and a spot for you to check off if you've accomplished it. So some of these things are probably things I won't be able to necessarily have a due date on or an accomplishment. But when I first started filling this out, I left 2 spots thinking I could add further goals throughout the year. But she has so many pages of goals that you really could dream big, as she put, and you could have so many different goals and you could break them down. I was a little broad, so I may go back and break down a little bit more of my goals, but I will share them with you. Just a brief overview. We don't have to go into too much detail, but I just wrote things like start a better diet. My action items would be like consuming more water, because I don't eat at least 3 times a day, because that's part of the reason why I'm so overweight, is because I'll go through a whole day without eating and I'll just snack periodically throughout the day. So it's really horrible. I want to cook earlier because I cook very late because of Jake, but it really doesn't work for our home schedule. So I really need to get into a habit of cooking dinner earlier. I want to exercise at least 3 times a week, but I don't want to overwhelm myself with resolutions, quote unquote, or things that I know I'm going to write here and not actually do. But I would like to, you know, be active for at least 1 hour each day, maybe do an exercise video only once a week. Again, I don't want to overwhelm myself because then I won't complete those goals and then I'll feel like I let myself down. You know, run once a week, take the kids for a walk, do a power hour, and like clean with Daryl on a day that he's off for at least 1 hour a week. I want to hit 4,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I want to make more me time. So I want to read at least 20 minutes each day, whether it's a book or a magazine, article. You know, have a girlfriend day once a month, and improve my mental health and make sure I take all of my medicine and those kind of things. I wrote here that I want to improve my marriage by doing things like having a date night once a month, or start a command center for everyday communication with Daryl's work schedule. Sometimes there are complete days where we don't even see each other and things get missed in the mix because we haven't got a chance to communicate them. So things like get organized, you know, take more time with the kids, bring them on walks, make sure we read every day, start chore charts, things like that. So I started decorating with my little stickers. I do have like a whole bin full of stickers that I've been collecting from the Dollar Tree throughout last year, knowing that I was going to start my planner. So I have those. And then once you're finished with the goals, she's back to, you know, that spot for your lines paper, which again, I think I love that because, you know, for January, maybe I'll put some pictures in here, like after January is over, the highlights of the month, and kind of like journal in here a little bit, scrapbook, which I feel has been super therapeutic for me. I know a lot, like the coloring is a big thing, like the adult coloring books, which I've not gotten a chance to really get into because I don't have that kind of time. But this kind of excites me because I feel like I could put my time and effort into this. Now, I just got home from New York and I'm a little overwhelmed with putting everything away in Christmas stuff. So I haven't put as much time into this as I would like to, but I will go back and stencil in everything for the month. And then I definitely will keep up with this for the rest of the year. So now you have your month at a glance. And what I do love is that she has January's priorities and goals. So she also breaks things down month by month, which I think is great. So you don't have to have a broad spectrum goal. You can have one specifically just for that month. And there's a long spot for notes. And then here again is your month at a glance. Like I wrote here that the 8th was Daryl's birthday. I have to put in some appointments that we have coming up this week and stuff. So this more, but I think I'm going to use this section more for my YouTube, scheduling out what days I want to put videos and so on and so forth. And then here, when you turn the page, now it starts breaking things down day by day. So Monday the 1st, Tuesday the 2nd, Wednesday the 3rd, and so on and so forth. And at the bottom here is where you actually can place your scheduling, which is what I did. Like, I had a cleaning on the 2nd, and then I had a filling on the 3rd. So I was able to put in the time stamps for those things in the schedule box. And then up here on the things to do is where I actually went back and either jotted down what I did that day. Like, I didn't actually have a chance to journal every day, but I at least did and write the things that I did in the spots. And then I went back and I added the stickers. So, you know, I just put like little arrows and a little mouth where I went to the dentist. This is the day that we packed and went to my mom, so I added a little suitcase. And this stuff really was fun. The only thing I struggled with, which I'll need to get used to, is some of the stickers that I bought, which I really love from the Dollar Tree. They're kind of these 3D puffy stickers. And you could see that the same detail that's on the 3D portion is also what's underneath. But they have like these big, let me show you the one that I ripped. So it has these big, giant, like sticky stickers, because this was the back and you're supposed to stick this on first, and then this suitcase was on top of it. You can kind of tell where I ripped it off a little bit. But if I filled this whole book with these puffy stickers, I don't even think I'd get through the first couple of months without not being able to close the book. So I removed the puffy stickum and I just used like regular Scotch tape to tape in the first part. But I kind of think that maybe with these 3D stickers, I can get a double bang for my buck, because I'll use this suitcase like when we're packing to go home for Easter or for another trip. Like, I'll use the back part. So like for here, I could use the boots for one sticker and then go back later and use the boots on the fence in another sticker in another spot. So maybe I can get, like I said, a double bang for my buck. But I definitely can't use these 3D like, and I've gotten a lot of ones like that. Like all these spring ones are like that. These pretty flower ones, like they're all like that, because a lot of the ones from the Dollar Tree have that. So I'm gonna have to start looking more like Michael's and stuff for like flatter journaling stickers. But like here was a snow day at my mom's. I didn't have anything snowish, so I just put this little tab here and drew a snowman. I love this little On the Road Again one where we left to go home. And then this was our family Christmas, so I put a little making memory sticker, and I got to draw a little like Christmas tree. That was like yellow puff paint that I used to make ornaments, and this is a little fuzzy that I just cut and glued to the top, like the top of a Christmas tree. So this was really super fun for me, and I really loved, like I said, like journaling and being able to look back. Like, this was Daryl's birthday. This is a day I went out with Leanne, so I knew that we were leaving at 8:30, but then I went back and wrote like what we did. Kohl's, Old Navy, Target, TJ Maxx, Walmart. We had lunch at Los Arcos. So like I went back and wrote that, so like I can always look back on it. Like this day I went to the Dollar Tree, so I put a little sticker here that says I love the DT. So it was just really fun, like, to go back and do that stuff. And then that's how she has this entire thing structured. So every single, you know, month has another tab all the way to the back. And then after December, she has a notes tab, which just has tons of this lined sheet of paper for, I mean, this is like almost like, I don't know, it's probably got to be like 20, 30 sheets here of lined paper. So it's almost like having a mini notebook in the back, which I love that. And then she has a pocket in the back where I shoved some more of my stickers, more like the flatter ones that I can use. This I just picked up at the Target dollar spot. And then she included these ones that came with the planner. Let me show you what she includes. Oh, come on. So let the camera focus for a second, because there's a lot going on, but this is what she includes with your planner. So I really love this, and I feel like this is definitely going to be something I'm going to look forward to doing this year. And then now on to the meal planner. So if you guys know me, you know that this has been a tool that I have used every single week for the entire month of 2017, and it changed my world, you guys. Like, it's even changing my world now, meal planning, because I'm never going to get rid of this book. I'm going to save this book, and I'm going to use it as a reference piece for almost like a recipe book. Instead of going onto Pinterest and checking my boards, I can look back here and like see if my memory will be jogged by something we've eaten, if it was a new recipe that we really liked, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to keep this in my kitchen in the drawer, and I definitely will use this like a cookbook and a reference piece to when we meal plan. But again, same thing, she laminated it with your spot. And then here's this one's cover page, which this is a cover option that she has. Vanessa the Lemonade Mom got one like this in blue, and I think Anna the Coffee Driven Homemaker, she might have gotten the black one with the lemons. But this just says laughter is the brightest where food is best, and that is true because we definitely have had some great laughs over some good meals in my kitchen. So here she goes back with her lines paper before every tab, and then this one just says resources. So she gives you a great place to put your favorite blogs and recipe sites, magazines, any of your favorite things. You know, you could, again, I love just her color and the things that she chooses. These papers just make it fun for me to want to do this. And then I feel like if you even wanted to, you could cut out recipes that are your favorites and tape them into the spots where she puts that. She even has a measurement conversion, which I love that. Like it puts a cup is equal to, a tablespoon is equal to, temperature, and that kind of thing, and gives you an option to, you know, baking substitutions, if you are out of eggs, if you're out of, you know, butter, any of those kinds of things, your options of what you can use. So I thought that was a really sweet addition. She didn't have that any of the other years. And then here's your inventory tab. I love this when I go to BJ's and to Trader Joe's this week. This is going to end up getting really filled up, but this is what I had in my freezer on hand when I came home after my trip. So I made sure right away to inventory my freezer. It is definitely easy to inventory your freezer when it is the most empty, which is what I try to do before I inventory. I make sure to use as much as I can and shop my fridge and freezer when I meal plan a lot first and try and get my freezer down to as empty as possible. This way it's easier to inventory. But now this will be how I meal plan completely and entirely. So every time I grocery shop, if I buy one of these things that are already listed, I will add the tally before I even put it in the fridge. And if it's something I don't have listed, well, then I'll add that and the date that I froze. And when I sit down to meal plan, I use this first. And I go through, okay, I want to have 1 ground beef this week, 1 chicken, I'll use the thighs, like, and I make my whole meal plan based on what I have here. So she does the freezer inventory, and then she also has a pantry inventory, but I've never really gotten into using that because I am very anal about rotation. So nothing in my pantry ever really gets old, but you certainly can use this if you're a stockpiler, just so that you know what you have on hand, or if you just want to not meal plan standing in your pantry to know if you have that side dish. You certainly can put your mac and cheeses, your canned goods, all of that kind of stuff on this pantry inventory sheet. And then she even included a spice one this year, which I really think is helpful. It's a 2-sided, but you don't realize that spices expire. So it's nice to put that and the expiration date here. This way you always know if you have what you need for a recipe on hand. So you can flip here and you can look through and say, oh, I don't have that spice, I need to put it on my list to make that recipe, instead of going through your cabinet and looking through every bottle. So I really love her inventory. I feel like that is a super helpful tool. And then here you go getting into your meal plans. So she does your month at a glance, which I love this because I usually use this for scheduling as well. And then she breaks into your meal plan, which this is what I share with you guys every week with my grocery haul. So you're completely familiar with this setup, and her grocery list portion is perforated. So you're able to make a grocery list and just tear it off and you're good to go. So she has 5 sheets in each month because there are some months that have 5 weeks. So I love that. And I've learned this year to do my whole thing in pencil so that I do not make a ridiculous mess. And so there you go, there's January, and then this would be February. Now, last year I felt like her colors were very indicative to the month, so I felt the need to start in January and work through the whole month. This year she made them just super colorful, so you really could start this any single month that you wanted to, and it would still work for you, because this is March. Last year this was green, more for St. Patrick's Day, which is similar to what she did for these tabs. Like here, March is green, February is pink, you know, and so on and so forth. So April is purple, and May is that mint green, and blue for 4th of July and stuff. So I feel like for this portion, for this book, she did kind of stay with that color per month, but here in the meal planner, she did not. So I think it's super helpful, because you can, like I said, really start this whenever that you want. But look how pretty all these months are. Like, I just love her eye for detail and how colorful all this is, because it makes me want to use it. So I just love it. She really, you know, she has a good eye, and I love that. So after all of your meal plans, your month by month, your 12 months, however you choose to pencil it in, here is the gatherings page, which last year I used every single sheet in this gatherings page. Now, I don't just use it for parties. I also use it if I have a really busy day. Like if I have so much going on in the day and I need to schedule like a lot of different meals, because this is happening, a shower, a party, a wedding, we need this and that, and someone's coming over, I will use this again, because it has the perforated grocery list. So it just really keeps my mind straight on what's going on for the day. But for the most part, I use this for parties. So you guys will see this section when I'm using it throughout the year. And she just did this one all in green. And then last but not least, she has a final notes tab, similar to what you saw in the day planner, except these are not complete sheets. They are decorated up top. And this is actually where I work on my meal plan first, like what we're going to have each day. And then once I've worked it out in here and I've moved things around, then I transfer it to the book. But that is it. And then for the book, and then she has another pocket in the back where she included stickers. This time the dots for you to write whatever your day is in, and then these really cute stickers, which she included last year, and I used every single one of them because they were awesome. So yeah, so those are the planners that I will be using for 2018, and I am super excited to get organized this year, because that is definitely one of my 2018 goals. Okay guys, so that's it. I hope that you enjoyed my planner review. I am really looking forward to letting this be therapy for me this year, and being able to keep track of all the things that I've done and hold myself accountable for these goals that I've set for myself and what I can accomplish this year. So make sure you comment down below. Let me know if you're using any planners this year and what you do to plan for throughout the year and to stay organized. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.